high. Straight to
You juggalos out there, wipe that clown makeup off your faces.
Cast the monstrosities of the world. They all.
Well, I used to date Levy.
no kidding.
Greetings! Notorious ATB up here in the corner. We got Till 510, the Wizard CZ, Professor Bear, Douchebox, Danny who runs his damn mouth too much, Amy, and Dave's here for some reason because we know Amy's going to carry the load.
Wow. What an intro.
Wow. It's coming in hot.
No
So
kidding.
we would be live right now on the Till 5 Wrestling Facebook page if we could, but unfortunately, Facebook's run by a bunch of bitches because I made a joke about Yokiro cocaine on a Precious Juggalos post because he was painting the Taco Bell dog,
I said it. I called
painting it white. And Facebook decided to ban us for a month from going live. So Till 5's only live on YouTube because YouTube's not going to be a bunch of bitches about it.
Not yet.
Speaking of Precious Juggalos, Joe, Producer Joe, why don't you show the sweet giveaway that Precious Juggalos decided to give us for our next live in April? That's right. We've got Juggified Ultimate Warrior, Juggified Sheamus, and a Juggified Randy Orton.
I like it.
Going to be giving them away live on the air.
Oh, boy.
Cool.
Hey, I'm going to put that over several times tonight, Danny. Get the fuck over it.
I just said, oh, boy.
Family, bitch.
We were uncensored on YouTube, I guess.
Look, I'm hot, man. This is bullshit that Facebook's blocked us. So
I actually forgot about that. That happened the other day. So sorry about that, everybody.
Well, you're on our Facebook now.
About to say, I wonder how long before I'm banned.
Don't worry, we'll get you there.
But it's nice to be back with everybody. We're ready to do this thing. Hope we were supposed to do this a while ago, but due to weather and then sickness, it's been a really rocky couple months with this crazy weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to rock now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just sharing it out live to groups and such. Get more people in here. So tonight we're doing the greatest manager of all time. And we're going to be running through this. We need to do our drafting. And I know that Juicebox was very concerned about the order.
As always.
Yes. So, Juicebox, what was that order again? Because we're more concerned about it than I am.
Well, then, I mean,
You know how you produce this show, Juicebox.
I'll scroll and find it. I know that the sharpshooters are second. As for everybody else, I have it here.
I believe Till 5 was last.
First up is WSN.
Thought so.
Second is sharpshooters. Third is wrestling. And fourth is Till 5. And
are you sure? Because I think I would have remembered if we were last.
I am looking right at it, and I asked you if it was, and you confirmed. So, yes, that is the 4. And we are doing a snake draft as well.
As the producer of this show, I hate to say it, Juicebox is 100% right. I'm looking at the list right now. So, sorry, guys.
Hi, producer.
Hi, producer.
So, producer, I'm going to let you pick what. Well, we need to go ahead and draft here. Sorry.
Say what?
So,
He's still hot.
Yeah, I'm still hot. That's what happens. And we have the WSN adjacent team with CZ teaming up with Bear.
And we're going to do a great job.
Yes, we are.
So, you guys are going to take the first pick.
Wait, so there are only 3 teams?
4 teams.
Okay.
WSN, Talking Wrestling, Till 5 Wrestling, and then you two dipshits.
Wow.
Sharpshooters, for the record, I love you guys. I don't know why it's so hard on you guys.
He's angry about
Danny's the one that came in throwing shots. Last night he decided I'm going to shoot on you guys on Twitch.
All I said was the seeding system is crazy with some of these matchups in the first round. That's all I was saying. That there has to be a better way to do this.
And just for the record, to show, I didn't catch it until last night that you also threw a shot at me in your event description page where you said, "Spoiler alert! Anything Juicebox says is wrong." So I feel attacked. I don't know what I did to bring this along, but here we are.
For the record, I did not write that.
I assume
you did.
Yeah. Look, I took it that Danny wanted war, and he didn't realize who he was getting into this with.
Oh, I did. I was just.
I don't think he wants war. I think he just wants clarity on why people are seated where they are, and I think we've already established the answer is there is no reason.
The seating numbers is literally just because that's the order I remembered their names as I was putting them on the app.
It's wild.
The only thing I made sure. Swear, the only thing that I made sure was that the first round matchups that I sent in that graphic were the first round matchups.
Well, you know what? The last thing I'll say about this is at least I appreciate your honesty there.
I mean,
so thank
you want me to go back through and reorder it so it shows up? Nah, fuck that.
I mean, at this point,
lazy. Yeah. Come on, Juice.
I think we should draft. We should quit the grabbing and just get to the draft.
That's an idea.
All right.
That's a great idea.
I got a comment.
So,
look, it's Johnny. Johnny.
Hello.
So, CZ,
I ain't using AI for shit. Kevin, go away.
Question: do you have anybody in particular you want to go with?
Nobody on this list. I'm going to let you make the first pick. I have two people that should get honorable mention that aren't on here. James Mitchell and Larry Sweeney 100% need to be on this list.
So I will say Mitchell was one vote away from making it automatically. He was on the poll. He just didn't get enough fan votes. Larry Sweeney did not make anybody's list.
Well, then they are very wrong. I
just want to say that as the Dr. Phil D. Payne not being included is travesty.
Is that like the medics that were in the tag team, Brad?
Yes.
All right. With that being said, we're going to take Paul Heyman.
Read my mind.
Figured that was coming. So, who's mouthing off first tonight? Is it Danny or Deuce?
We're consulting via text.
All right. So with the second pick, we'll be taking Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Well, that's probably the best pick you can make in the first round.
It's a shame we never won any of these, so that probably doesn't do well.
I don't know how to draft. I don't know who to pick.
I was going to say, I think you could pick someone better, and that is Jim Cornette.
Yeah, mother fluffer. Y'all like how I cleaned it up?
You don't have to clean it up here, Dave. I already told everybody you were going to cuss like a sailor tonight, remember?
Yeah, but I told you. Yeah, but that word has multiple syllables. I told you I try to keep it to one syllable cuss words.
Take it, Tanner.
We got to take Jimmy Hart.
Well, you got to take two.
We also have the next pick, Tanner.
Are you want me to take it again?
Let me see. Hold on.
On the opposite end.
Well, I'm thinking.
Yep.
All right, Fuji-san.
Okay.
That's a strong pick.
Definitely interesting.
Now is it ours? Going back up? Dave?
Oh yeah, we're gonna take the greatness that is Gary Hart.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
All
checking
right.
with Juice. Hold on.
I mean, it's a big event tonight.
What is
It's
that?
a party up in
No,
here.
he's talking to the comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. We're gonna go with Prince Nana.
Ooh.
Hell of a pick.
It is indeed a hell of a pick.
CZ.
I think we got to go with Paul Bearer.
All right. That's one.
Where did Skandar Akbar finish in the voting? He get close?
I don't even think he did.
Oh man.
So if you're CZ, if you're leaving it to me to pick again,
Yeah.
shoot. I'm gonna have to go JJ Dillon.
Excellent.
I like having somebody else reduce. That means I just get to sit and bullshit. So this is what it's like to be Tanner.
Yeah, I know. All right, who's next?
I think it's back to Amy and Pondwater. No, it's Juice and Danny.
Yeah, it's Juice and Danny. We're after Juice and Danny.
Oh, all right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know
There,
this
you
was the
picked
first
two,
person.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Right. I mean, unless you want to go the way you want. I'll leave it to you. I took over with Nana there, so I'll defer to you what you want to do there, man.
Your logic makes sense. I think it's a pick.
So, hey, dude, go for it. Whatever you want to do, I'll back you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go with Don Callis.
We're gonna go with Sherry Martell.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I really look forward to that. Fuck. I mean, we get two now, right, Tanner? Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. You want to?
Well, if we're getting two, I'll tell you the first one.
Who's your first?
I think Terry Reynolds.
Agreed. You want to take JJ Dillon while we're at it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I already got Jay.
Sorry.
Can we had a question that someone started watching late and wants to know what the show subject is. This is a tournament term. We're gonna debate who the greatest manager of all time is. It's in a tournament format. So depending on who, like Gary Hart's in the same bracket as JJ Dillon. So we'll argue for our people. I mean, these are the brackets right here that are on the screen at the moment.
Joe, you want to show them the brackets?
He did. Oh, not the. He showed the pictures of the brackets.
Well, I had, and then I realized Joe's in here, so why not just let Joe?
Right.
Unless I think Joe's kids. There we go. Yeah, see, like we've got this bracket here, and in this case, Terry Reynolds, which would be Till 5 Wrestling, would be arguing against
Paul Heyman.
Bear and CZ with Paul Heyman. And then all of us and the viewers will vote on who goes on out based on the arguments until we have one manager that is the greatest manager of all time.
And we stay here as long as it takes. Unfortunate. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep, because all of us are master debaters.
So, Cornette was taken, Heenan was taken, and Adbar didn't make the list.
Neither did Woman or Sunny.
Yeah, it was. There were a few that I was surprised didn't make it. I tell you what, Tan, let's take China as our other one.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, Lou Albano was a definite.
Didn't you not want to get stuck with China? Isn't that what you guys said in the chat?
We also got Jimmy Hart.
That's
our
okay.
first round opponent.
We're gonna do good.
So,
can I ask just real quick, Professor Barrett, who do you all have? Paul
Heyman, Ellering, and J.J. Dillon.
Okay, you have J.J. Dillon. Okay.
I didn't even see your message till just now.
Okay.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's you two did your back-to-back. You picked two?
Yes, they did.
So it's Amy and Pondwater.
Who has Paul Bearer?
We do.
Yeah, he got picked a while ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just was.
No,
I messed up somewhere.
No, I messed up too because I wrote.
How many? Yeah.
Ellering.
I'm not sure if producer friend or our host are keeping track. How many picks are left and how many people are left in the pool? Can you name them, please?
I'm pretty sure that it's Miss Elizabeth and Fred. Somebody
There's gotta be
picked an
three
extra
left.
person.
So there's 3 picks left, correct?
There should be, but apparently there's only 2 people left on the list.
No, there's three.
There's 3.
Paul Ellering, Freddie Blassie, and Miss Elizabeth.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that Ellering was still there.
Yeah, Ellering is still there, and Miss Elizabeth and Classy Freddie Blassie.
My bad.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
No problem.
Ellering. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I
Let me
Ellering got picked.
So, okay, sharpshooters. Who do you have? Prince Nana,
Don Callis and Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan. Okay. Okay, let me confirm. What are you thinking, Dave?
We'll take. I think we should take Freddie Blassie
Okay, that's what I think so too.
because the other two, one's a valet and one of them's only known for.
I could argue a Miss Elizabeth.
Ooh, watch what you're gonna say.
I was just poking her. I mean, I'm not wrong, but
because on that note, we're gonna take Miss Elizabeth. So watch what you're gonna say right now.
Oh man.
Oh, well, cool. That made things a hell of a lot easier.
Now we do have Paul Ellering.
Yeah, now you do get Paul Ellering.
Which I'm not mad at that.
So everybody has 4 picks, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Remind us again. WSN's picks are
Paul Heyman, Paul Burr, J.J. Dillon, and Paul Ellering.
All the
Pauls.
We the Pauls over here.
That's right. Professor has the Pauls.
It's appalling.
Look, don't make me put the Pauls on you.
All right. Juice Box, who are you carrying Danny to a potential win with again this year?
Well, we have Bobby the Brain Heenan, Prince Nana, Don Callis, and Miss Elizabeth in that order.
All right.
Very strong list. Very strong list.
It is. They're all strong lists. They wouldn't be here. Oh, look, it's Shovel.
I mean, except for whoever has China.
Precious Juggalos in the house.
Danny, it's strategic.
And Jason, you're right. Eddie Gilbert was one hell of a manager.
I can't tell you anything about Eddie Gilbert's career as a manager.
that's sad.
Yeah, it really is. Sting, Steiner. He managed Ultimate Warrior at a time.
All right. Anywho.
Terry Taylor.
Well, to start this off with the first bracket, Would the real Paul Heyman please step up?
CZ, would you like to go first, my friend?
So here's my thoughts on Paul Heyman. Everyone that he has managed in his later career has gone on to be a world champion. He's had people who have gone on to greatness in other realms. I think about the oh god, I'm blanking on their name. Help me out, Bear. WCW.
Tag him in.
So easily, we could talk about Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. We can talk about him and the tribal chief. We could even talk about him in the bloodline. But I'm going to go back to a time in WCW when it wasn't that strong and nobody hardly watched it, where he took Ravishing Rick Rude, he took Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson. He took a young, stunning Steve Austin and Medusa, and he took Larry Sabisco and made one of the strongest heel factions, arguably, in the business.
That's right where I was going. Reading my mind.
The thing is, everybody talks again. It's easy. I could go on and on about the other things, but he was such a very calculated manager. You think about the list of people that went through his training centers. A lot of people don't even think about or know he managed a young Undertaker at one point. To say he changed the business and not just everything he's done as a producer and all that, but managing, he's made so many great stars and put eyes on people that you would never really understand or get credit for. He was just that guy, and he could pick out talent like nobody's business. And I believe that is it.
Okay. Tanner, do you want to start or should I? All right, let's start with the fact that if it wasn't for Terry Runnels, two of the greatest tag teams of all time would not have gotten the stage they did with the Terry Invitational Tournament with Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. Her managing both of those teams and building that storyline actually really helped get both of them elevated and got them that ladder match that they built their entire careers on. Now, if you want to start working backwards from there, let's go to Goldust and the fact that he shattered walls while she was right there. She was the one managing him. Go ahead, Tam.
There is no cooler visual to me than Marlena sitting in the director's chair smoking a cigar. That was so cool, and that was so different at the time. It was edgy at the time of kind of a cartoony WWF.
And then when you go even further back from there, you get her leading the York Foundation, which was millions of years ahead of its time, because the marks today still wouldn't really get it. But it was the great idea that this woman was using technology to win matches and develop her teams.
Pretty cool stuff. Pretty ahead of its time.
Uh-huh. Is there anything else you want to add for Terry, Tam?
I think that'll do it. I think Terry's criminally underrated, and I would not have been defending her as much as I did if we didn't do research on her for the show. I've gained a lot of respect for Terry Reynolds when we had to do a segment on Terry.
She just happened to land against Heyman in the first round.
Yeah. So all respect to Terry, either way this goes.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen here, okay?
Look her up.
But damn it, she deserves more respect than to just be brushed off.
Can I say this about Terry? Terry, what the stuff she was given, she did her best, and I would definitely give her credit for that. Some of the things easily slept on, but I will give her just due as being a manager that did her best. But again, I not to just really shit on her, but there's no comparison in this round with Heyman.
No.
What you know? What one thing? No, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tanner.
No, I was gonna figure that's where this one was going.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of knew what was going to happen here.
Right. But you know what, though? I would also argue for Terry that she elevated China in the sense of
Agreed.
the whole ragdoll thing. Like
Selling
that
for China made China look like a monster.
Yes, it did. The way she threw her around and the way, yes, I agree. That made China way and more impressive than, maybe people knew at the time. So
that's very true.
So let us get to the vote. Juicebox, Danny. Is it?
Yeah, listen. Yeah, you guys are being way too nice early on to Terry Reynolds. I'm sorry. She should not be in this tournament. She does not deserve flowers here as the greatest manager. No, guys, nice try, guys. Our vote is for Paul Heyman. Our vote is for Paul Heyman. Move on.
Okay. Amy Pondwater.
Oh, it's easily Paul Heyman.
Okay.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you that I'm not going to completely dismiss Terry. I mean, the York Foundation was pretty groundbreaking at the time.
I think that she would have had she would have been more fun against Prince Nana, but
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Now we get to have you guys.
But I'm with
arguing...
Juicebox. She didn't even belong on the list. There's a lot of better managers got left off.
Yeah. Did not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Terry doesn't belong on the list. Let me grab Prince Nana. All right. Argue this one over Jim Cornette.
Danny, I didn't even say anything. Jim.
If Terry did a little dance, maybe she would have gone a little farther for Juicebox.
Okay.
He enjoyed meat, though. You're right.
Sorry if I missed the segue there, but are we officially moving on? Is it done? All the votes are in?
Yes.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Yeah, that was
okay. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, so I'll start. I'll go first with Prince Nana. I mean, obviously he's up against who he's up against, but I don't think the scale of who was where or on what level should really weigh in too much here. Because for me, with this tournament, whoever's considered the greatest manager of all time, it has to be about someone that is elevating the talent that they're partnered with, not because a lot of the best managers, unfortunately, the distraction kind of goes onto them a little too much, and you need someone that can be complementary talent to the point where they help them get over, but it's not about them so much. And with Prince Nana, like he took talents like Jimmy Rave and having the Embassy and Ring of Honor. I mean, okay, yeah, you had Alex Shelley and Abyss on TNA as well. But at that point, any attention and publicity for them was elevating them. So having Alex Shelley, Abyss, and Jimmy Rave all together with the Embassy helped them a lot. He also had Bison Smith in there for a while, a few years after that. I mean, this guy also managed a whole bunch of people. He had Claudio for a while, Eric Stevens, Necro Butcher. He had Ciampa for a bit there at the end. He was with Ring of Honor for 15 years, always making the Embassy a staple. Getting them over, and he was never really getting in the ring or doing anything like that, which is fine. But he was cutting the promos for the people that maybe can't do it as strongly, and I think that is a big part of this too. Someone that can be the mouthpiece and not just take away from the talent themselves. Honestly, the time in Ring of Honor alone, I think, is a strong enough resume for, at the very least, the greatest manager that never made it to the big time until he had his, what I consider the renaissance, his awakening, an even better period of his career now, where thank God for AEW, bringing him in. As soon as he came in, immediately was put with Cage, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, and this new kind of this new Embassy for a while, where they immediately won their Ring of Honor 6-man titles under him. So already made them a presence with his leadership. And then honestly, I think the biggest success point of his whole career is Swerve. I know everyone, if you don't like Swerve, that's fine. But if you're a fan of Swerve, I don't think you can deny, like, as good as Swerve is, I think the pairing with Nana was that extra piece that really helped him just be a bigger package, a bigger talent. And that's what it's about. I mean, I know we're talking about the best managers, but again, I really do think it's about how well they complement the talent they're with. And yeah, that's all I got for now on Nana.
That was really good, Juice. That was really
He
good.
made a strong case.
And I'm going to take every word that you said and I'm going to put it to Jim Cornette.
Go for it. Yeah.
Exactly what you were saying. Jim Cornette compliments every team that he has ever managed. He is the mouthpiece. That is the reason why he was with as many, as you could say, Vader, Yokozuna. I mean, the Midnight Express probably didn't need him to talk as much for them, but
yeah, he did, because Bobby Eaton couldn't cut a promo.
Well, true.
And Dennis wasn't a big master debater either.
Okay, well, no, that's very true.
Sweet Stan can talk.
Could. The early days to get them off the, get them over the hump, I guess you could say. There has never been a manager like Jim Cornette, someone who comes out practically of the womb with wrestling knowledge and never stopped. He started taking pictures when he was 15, 16 years old at the Louisville Gardens and just continued on. He managed, he was a booker, he was a promoter, anything and everything he knows how to do in the wrestling business, and he knows how to get talent over. He was literally a manager for the Midnight Express, booking their rooms, getting their car, making sure they got their bills paid. Like, he actually took that a step further than, what other managers on the list at least were doing, is that he actually was a manager for them. I don't know, Dave, you got anything else? I very much think that I know it's going to, Jim Cornette is definitely on a Mount Rushmore. What he's done for the people that he has managed, what he continues to do. All he has to do is say your name, and the internet's buzzing about it. And I just think that just says something about his presence and his power that he has in wrestling.
Well, he took Beautiful Bobby and Loverboy Dennis, and then he had Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan. And there's how many teams in history can you name that you just took one person out, put another person in, and when you ask which one's your favorite, it's like a Sophie's Choice, because they're 1 and 1A, and you're not wrong if you take Stan or you take Dennis. And then, I mean, with the Heavenly Bodies and just all of his, he could talk you into the building. He knew how to get heat, and it wasn't cheap heat. And he was such a genius that he managed to get the NWA, for better or for worse, on Monday Night Raw.
I mean, I thought it was for the better at the time for the NWA.
It made me watch at a time that I wouldn't tune it in very often.
Well, and he had the Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions on a WWF pay-per-view. So, I mean, again, like you said, the ability to talk and to convince people to see things his way, I think, again, is a quality you want in your greatest of all time manager, and that's him.
So, voting time. Tan, who do you give it to?
And well, before the votes, one quick counterpoint we can't forget. Nana. It was a little dance. That's all. I tried to get a little dance in there.
Let me just say real quick that maybe if Terry Reynolds did a dance, she would get more flowers. Hilarious that you would give. Aaron actually texted it to me. I find it hilarious that you would give Prince Nana a bouquet, and then not even give Terry one flower. That's totally okay, because I'm gonna go with Jim Cornette, and it's not even to you. It's just factual. It's the same deal that Terry lost in the last round, if we're being honest.
And if the Nana dance is entertaining, and if he was in the ring like Norman Smiley, it would be great. But he's not supposed to take the spotlight off of his wrestler.
Yeah, well, it's accentuating the theme.
I mean,
It's letting
hold
the
on. If
crowd
we're gonna
react,
take taking
and
spotlight off the
they're
wrestler,
reacting
you
to
have
Swerve's theme. So
yeah. If we're gonna talk about taking spotlight off the wrestler, you have like the number one manager who takes spotlight off the wrestler, Mr. Jim Cornette.
Well, and to be
like,
fair,
I'm
that's a
just
rabbit
saying.
hole. That's a rabbit hole we can go down with.
But was
a lot of
Nana?
these
But was
managers, and
Nana
that's fine.
selling tickets?
I would argue yes. A lot of people are doing his dance and stuff.
How does he take the eyes off of the wrestler, Jim Cornette?
Cornette?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time when he's screaming on the sideline with the racket, he's always interfering in the matches. Like Jim Cornette was a big focal point in matches themselves. NWA, the whole NWA angle that came in, it wasn't a really well received angle anyway. Jarrett was boring. The new Midnight Express was boring. Like Jim Cornette couldn't really elevate them as much as people like pretend he could because they were out with under 6 months. Like it wasn't a long run for them.
No. It was a Spartan church, but for us old school guys,
he was very instrumental. Like he got involved in a lot of matches and took the eyes off a lot of his wrestlers as well. If we're going to use that argument,
I don't know if he took the eyes off his wrestlers again with the heat that he had. People loved it when he took a beating every night from whatever team.
Yeah.
The baby faces that he was, they
they'd
were
rather
facing.
see him get beat up than his wrestlers. That was
for what it's worth. I just want to put out there. I didn't mean to like rekindle the conversation.
No.
I know. I just wanted to do Nana's dance. I figured the votes were in, but that's all. So my apologies.
All right, WSN. What do you think?
Season.
Cornette.
Definitely Cornette, but honestly, when I saw the matchup, I knew it was going to be a lot closer than most people would think. Right. And I love that they gave Nana his definite flowers because he's definitely an underrated manager. And he shows today what a manager is supposed to be in the business, at least in my estimation.
Yeah, I honestly can't imagine like how different how Swerve would be without Nana. Like I love Swerve, he's great, but I think the Nana with the act elevates it.
Yes,
and it's what makes him believable as a main eventer more than outside of the in-ring stuff. But
yeah, I agree with you 100% with that.
Yeah, but I get it. It's a tough matchup, and Cornette's great. I'm not knocking Cornette at all.
Oh, I love Cornette.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now let's see Don Callis lose to Sherry Martel, Juicebox.
What is this? Why are we even doing matchups if you're calling the winners? What are we doing here?
Well, I mean, we're giving ROH and AEW flowers. Let's keep it rolling. Because now you're going to argue Callis.
All right. Well, Danny can kick things off because we're obviously talking about more than just AEW with Don Callis here. But
yeah, so Callis is one of those managers that have really gone across a couple of decades, which is interesting. And his first go at a stable, you can argue, wasn't as successful as everyone thought, but the Truth Commission was a little bit memorable. I mean, anyone who watched the Attitude Era remembers the Jackal, remembers the Truth Commission.
Who doesn't love Recon?
Yeah, they were in the Truth Commission too. They were definitely memorable, whether good or bad. But I think post WWF is when he really started to hit his stride. Cyrus the Virus in ECW. I mean, that was one of the best characters in a very long time, and it helped really elevate them at that time, especially against CNN. And then he retired for a little bit, came back with New Japan, really helped elevate that. Really, not elevate, but get the Kenny Jericho match going, and then that opened the door for AEW, which was really his big renaissance. And I think really where he's starting to shine a lot, and that's where Juice can kind of take over.
Yeah, I mean, besides Heyman. I consider personally Don Callis to be the best manager going today. I think that what he's done to help elevate, and I know Kenny Omega doesn't need it, but being with Kenny, leading into the other stories with Ospreay, with Takeshita, with Fletcher and Okada, I mean, it helps them. Okada was floundering. I know Okada's Okada, but again, he wasn't doing anything besides being with the Bucks there for a long time in AEW, and you give him some sort of a purpose with guys like the Callis family, and it's giving everybody opportunities. It's putting them on TV. Whether it may not translate as much to wins all the time with everybody. It's getting people on TV in multi-man matches to help elevate other talents. The crowd loves to see people go for him and hit him. I don't really know he's taken that many bumps, and that's part of it. You want to see this manager. You want to see a good heel manager get the shit kicked out of them, and 9 times out of 10, they don't. A little personal touch. I
Which
love
he
that
does well, like running away and stuff. He does that perfectly.
Yeah,
Hey,
although
Alice has
the
the
chicken
scar to
shit part
prove
of
it.
Well, yeah, and the scar too, of course. Which conveniently gets darker when needed for certain things. I digress. I also love the little touch of things that he does, like when he goes for a punch or a kick on a wrestler and immediately like trips or grabs his hand like he heard it, like that kind of stuff. Like he's weaker than a wrestler. He's not a tough guy. He's just there hiding behind the talent to make money and all that stuff. So he plays his role really well. And I hate listening to him on commentary, which is part of the job of a manager.
Yeah.
You know, he does it well. Like I'm not, you know, it's like I don't want to hear him talk about these talents. I want to see the talents get away from him. So which makes the face turns even better when like upcoming with like Takeshita and Fletcher, assuming they leave soon. Like that's what it's about. That's how you know it's working because they're under the thumb of this manager. So yeah, I think Callis is really he gets booed, but I think it's helping the talents along the way. It's not all about him. But
yeah. 2 more things to add there. I think him having the personal bodyguard of Lance Archer really adds to that like chicken shit manager that he does really well with him. And going back to the first point you brought up with AEW, as much as Kenny didn't need him as a performer, I think for that heel turn to really believe Kenny as a heel, he needed Callis because a lot of people weren't going to go for Kenny as a heel without Callis. So I think that was instrumental in that initial heel turn run for him, which makes
it definitely
him, like,
helped. Yeah,
which
it helped
is
the
crazy.
character.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The brackets are actually up on our Facebook page right now, but
they're not though.
But our producer can show you the brackets right now as well.
All right.
Excuse me.
Miss Elizabeth. No, not Miss Elizabeth.
Sherry
Martel. Sorry, I saw
Sherry
Miss Elizabeth on the
Martel.
screen.
That's okay. Well, I'll just start by saying Sherry came in at a time where they were valets. Women, they came down with the wrestlers and they stayed there and they clapped or whatever. They did not get involved. Sherry was a whole different. Sherry was just. She took it a step further because she started getting involved. She showed what. She showed her worth by getting involved in the ring. She was not afraid to get dirty. She was not afraid to take her shoes off and climb in the ring and do whatever she needed to do. She started with, you go with Randy Savage and you go with her, Randy Savage and Zeus. She took it to WCW and she had, they called her sister Harlem Heat. Thank you.
Sherry with Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was thinking I couldn't remember the right
Kane
name.
and Cole.
Do what?
Kane and Cole.
That's their original name.
Oh,
yeah, that was the original name.
But she kept showing her worth again. Got it going back to what we were talking about. At greatest of all time, you're showing your worth outside the ring, giving promos, doing whatever you need to do to elevate the wrestler that you are walking out with. And she did that every time. She was, I watch it back now, being a young kid, I didn't really know what was going on, but she's like practically propositioning Warrior for Randy Savage, out there begging for him to give her a chance or whatever. And it just is like, she's willing to do whatever. She stood by Shawn Michaels when he was not very nice to her until she had another option, I guess you could say. But again, I think she just showed her worth inside and outside of the ring every time for whatever wrestler she was managing at the time.
About 350.
Yeah, the Queen Sherry stuff was amazing. Attacking Liz brought nuclear heat. I mean, she was there for Shawn Michaels when he broke out.
Even Dusty Rhodes and
I mean,
I never. What's her? Who did Dusty Rhodes? Sapphire. Thank you very much.
She did
again, taking a non wrestler in a sense and working with them and elevating everybody. I'm sorry, Dave.
And she was a bumping machine. I mean, she could take bumps. She wasn't scared of anybody. She got in there with Harlem Heat as Sister Sherry. She got real. She was able to get. I mean, she could be very elegant when she was with Ric Flair. And I mean, Ric Flair didn't need her, but she added to Ric Flair's presentation. And I mean, and even a brief stint in ECW with Shane Douglas. She was just. She could talk. Her facials. I mean, she just. And she could get heat. Man, she could get heat. I don't ever remember her being a sympathetic figure.
No.
And it's just she just brought so much to everybody. I mean,
the only time she could have been sympathetic is when Shawn Michaels was being mean to her. I think she did have some sympathy there because that's not. I remember that era. That's not nice.
So it's I like seeing Amy argue against Juicebox because I know they're both going to come very factual with their stuff, and it's always fun to hear them. So Bear, CZ, where are you leaning?
Go ahead, Bear.
Honestly, I think I am leaning more towards Callis.
Listen, I do want to say one thing real quick. As much as I love Sherry, and as much as I love her singing Shawn Michaels' theme and hearing her scream and taking all the bumps, there is just something so special about the heat that Don Callis can generate anywhere in the world, in any arena, in any company. When he was Cyrus in ECW, it was absolutely nuclear every single night when he managed the network. In AEW, they hate him so bad that they chant "fuck Don Callis" sometimes so loud that he can't speak ever.
I was gonna say that for round 2.
we can bring it up again.
No. My point being, it's Don Callis is my favorite manager in the business today, and it's very hard for me to pick against him. So, Aaron, what do you think?
Oh, I agree 100%. I actually told you before this show started that it would be hard for me not to pick Callis over Sherry because I agree that Callis is phenomenal.
Let me say this too for Sherry. A lot of people don't realize, they just think that she just wrestled in the WWF, but Sherry was the manager in the AWA. She managed their World Tag Team Champions before the Rockers took it off of them.
You can argue she's maybe one of the best female managers ever. Like
she was great.
Yeah, and what I was going to say with my point is Sherry is definitely so underrated and not appreciated for what she brings, because one point that I really enjoyed with Sherry, and I just saw this match recently, was when she was with Harlem Heat and they were going up against Buckhouse Bunk and Dick Slater. And the way she got Robert Parker, aka Robert Fuller, to pay more attention to her and was willing to make out with him and make his team not pay attention to what they were doing was just brilliant. And like I said, Sherry does not, honestly, I'm honestly surprised she got ranked as high as she did, which is well deserved because she was underrated as a manager.
Yeah, but you don't think of Sherry as a valet. When you look at Sherry, you think of Sherry as a manager.
Exactly.
The valet light doesn't come on immediately.
That's right.
So-
And who is Don Callis made out with? Juice, huh?
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. 69 me, Don. 69 me.
to help his team. Help his team. Help his team.
I love the fact that me and Tanner both called that immediately.
Right away, you guys were like, Kenny Omega, how dare you?
Y'all went with Kenny. I was gonna go with Jericho myself, but
he's definitely tried with Okada, and the language
100%.
Now, hopefully everybody has had their coffee, because we're gonna have to sit through Bear arguing about how J.J. Dillon is better than Gary Hart, and I'm not sure which one's going to be more boring of an argument.
I don't even think Bear believes that.
I want to say something before we start.
Oh God, what are you gonna say?
No. Well, I'm letting them know in all fairness, for the sake of the tournament, the discussion. I think I even put this in the group chat when the seeds were first announced. I only really got into wrestling in like the late 90s. I don't know anything about Gary Hart. So I'm open to this conversation. I know very little about J.J. Dillon.
Drew's question, before this tournament, did you even hear Gary Hart's name?
No. So I'm legit curious about this debate. I'm going to be listening.
There, if you
I
never
just wanted to share.
If you never heard of Gary, then you've been deprived.
Yeah, so I'm letting you know in advance rather than after the fact. So I'm all ears. Educate.
So it's on us to start.
Whoever, please.
I'll go. Gary Hart. Gary Hart was not only a wrestler, he became a manager, and he also was hell of a booker. But Gary Hart would bring out the most incredible monsters. He managed the Spoilers. He managed Maniac Mark Lewin. Called him. But he knew how to. He was ahead of his time. That he knew how to take Oriental wrestlers and make them very mysterious, very scary, and monster-like. The Great Kabuki, Pac Sun, Duke Kiyomuka, Kendo Nagasaki. He loved to take and a guy that went by come on. I was trying to give the Black Ninja.
Yes.
But who later did a little something is the Great Muta. I mean, Gary Hart got him early. He was very good at taking wrestlers and making them monsters. He wrestled. I mean, he had Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher, but he also had good wrestlers like Gino Hernandez. He managed Chris Adams. He brought the Freebird. He actually had the foresight to bring the Freebirds to world class, and look what that kicked off. And that only had like the beginning of his fingerprints on it, because he got pissed off on the payoff and left. But Gary Hart knew how he knew how to Killer Tim Brooks. He knew how to build heat. He knew how to book for heat. He knew how to make the baby faces bigger than life. Gary Hart was David Von Erich's first match, and then proceeded for the whole first year of David's career to put David in tag team situations against him and his men. You know, Killer Tim Brooks, Maniac Mark Lewin. And I mean, when he showed up with Kabuki, and then he also had, I know that he had so many that I know I'm forgetting some of them. I mean, he would bring Abdullah in, and it's just Gary Hart knew how to. He didn't yell. He could speak to you in a way. Oh yeah, Coach Keith Morrison makes a great point that Dusty Rhodes wouldn't be a babyface without Gary Hart. But Gary Hart would talk. There was a great interview. He was out in front of the Sportatorium with Killer Tim Brooks, and somebody yelled at him. He goes, "Hey, bro, what's up? I can't talk right now. I'm doing business." And he turns back around. He keeps cutting his promo. The way he would react if he didn't have any backup. Fritz von Erich used to bully him. I mean, Fritz von Erich would just would handle him, but Gary would make it seem like that Fritz was bullying him. Gary Hart could kind of tell the truth. But he'd tell the truth in a way that you still hated him because you couldn't sympathize with him. It was he was just that kind of manager. Like you believed that he had a switchblade in his shoe. You believed he was a very bad man from Chicago. The one-man gang from Halstead Street. He brought the one-man gang in. But he had a way, just by attaching himself to whoever he brought in. I mean, he had a hell of a run Mid-Atlantic with Kabuki. But it's just the way that he could bring somebody in, and he would elevate that person larger than life. He brought the Checkmate in. He brought in Bugsy McGraw. Him and Armand Hussein, when they formed H&H. Immediately Bugsy McGraw was elevated, became American heavyweight champion. It's just he was a manager's manager. When you knew if Gary Hart came in with somebody that he was a force to be reckoned with. He didn't attach himself, much like the way Paul Heyman does. If somebody needed to be elevated, you put Gary Hart with them. And I mean, Chris Adams, he turned Chris Adams, got him on the right direction. Hey, I'm with Chris Adams. Now Chris Adams is a threat to Ric Flair. But he got Chris disqualified. But what I'm saying is,
do you have anything to add to support Dave's argument? Or are you just letting Dave handle this one?
Well, again, this is a WCCW moment, I feel like. So I'm letting Dave take over, but I do again agree with everything he's saying. Gary Hart is like, in a sense, kind of a total package. He can talk, he elevates the wrestlers he is with, and he was a booker. So again, you have this very intricate knowledge of a person. He had the young people, kind of like what Dave was saying. If you wanted someone to get over, if you wanted someone new in the territory, you're going to bring them out with Gary Hart. And instantly the fans are going to know this person is not someone to be messed with. Like if Gary Hart is associated, then this is a bad man kind of thing. So I agree with everything that Dave has been
And it
saying.
wasn't just world class. It was world class. It was Florida. It was the Mid-Atlantic. It was everywhere that he went.
I know. You know I was just teasing you about that.
So Bear, CZ, which one of you is going to argue that JJ's better?
By all means, Bear, I'm gonna give this one to you. You probably know him better than I do.
Yeah, Bear lived through it.
Yes, I did actually. And let me say this real quick about Gary Hart. I would be remiss to not say that Gary Hart, my big brother, hung out with Gary and knew him personally. So he was a hell of a man with wrestling business. With that being said,
should have drafted him.
Excuse me?
I said you should have drafted him.
Well, but the J.J. Dillon. Let's talk about J.J. Dillon. Everything that was said about Gary Hart, you can put with J.J. Dillon. J.J. was a wrestler beforehand. And let's talk before we could all, I mean, I could easily go to this, but I'm going to talk about beforehand who he managed. In Mid-Atlantic, Black Bart. He had managed, I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but when they first came in, he was he got them the Mid-Atlantic Championships, and then they won the tag team titles. He successfully tricked Tully Blanchard into getting rid of Baby Doll for him. J.J. Dillon was a manager's manager. He didn't just talk the part, he actually did it. He made sure their rooms were available. They got flights. He got the contracts. He did everything that you would want a manager to do. And especially in those time and age, he really lived the gimmick. When he got away from the Horsemen, he went to the WWF and became in their system. He wasn't on TV, but he did so much behind the scenes. And then after leaving WWF, coming back to WCW, he became the commissioner. He helped get the last formation of the Horsemen together with Flair.
Not my spot, not my dog spot, not my liver spot. Sorry.
With Dean, with Chris Benoit, with Mongo. He managed so many different wrestlers. And again, easily I could go on and on about what he did and accomplished with the Four Horsemen, which helping one of the greatest turns when Barry Windham turned on Lex Luger. Because during the match, he kept hollering to Barry, I told you he wasn't going to be there. I told you he wasn't going to be there. He only is out for his own self. And that was when Barry turned and dropped the tag titles back to Arn and Tully by beating the hell out of Lex Luger and leaving him in the ring. And did one of the things that no other wrestler can say they did. Pulled the mask off the Midnight Rider. One of the first times you ever seen them go inside the villain's locker room and see Dusty Rhodes, aka the Midnight Rider, get his ass kicked and unmasked. He managed everything. And if you knew you were with J.J. Dillon, you knew you had a great manager.
God, Darren Juicebox does have great fucking hair.
And one other thing, before he became the Four Horsemen, managing them, he managed Terry Landell, and he got matches with Ric Flair to see who was the real Nature Boy before Buddy unfortunately did what he usually did, that's mess up, and drugs made him end up leaving the NWA. But don't just think that J.J. Dillon was only Horseman. He managed other wrestlers. And before I go, let's talk about him in the War Games and getting his shoulders separated by Hawk and Animal. How many managers got in physically against wrestlers and took a beating? JJ, if you want a manager, JJ Dillon is that guy that you know can get things accomplished and bring heat.
Bear, I'm going to add to that, but I'm going to use my wizard power to disguise my voice and make myself sound like Joe.
As a resident historian of this, the Podverse here, my esteemed professor friend here has forgotten one thing. J.J. Dillon also has recently managed Tully Blanchard on TNT television with AEW. So suck it, Hart. I'm just saying. Sorry, Gary. I love Gary Hart. Don't get me wrong, but J.J. Dillon is still relevant to this day. That's all I got to say about that. And I do apologize for Bear for his rantingness there. And I'm going to disappear now. That's all you get, CZ. Bye.
I just figured he pulled up the Wikipedia page before he started.
Well, Gary, I was saving that one for the next round.
I will retort that Gary Hart did spend an awful lot of time in the ring, and he also lost his hair on more than one occasion. But
Okay.
I mean,
Amy,
Gary,
you're still muted.
Look,
Gary would get his ass kicked on a regular basis. I mean,
I think too.
he was in there, and I didn't mention his behind the scenes. I mean, his resume behind the scenes is every bit of impressive as JJ's.
But I do want to say, and again, JJ Dillon was a huge figure in wrestling. But again, he's synonymous with the Four Horsemen. A lot of people wouldn't be able to tell you much more beside that. And honestly, the Four Horsemen didn't need him. Gary Hart, completely different story. He was with, again, all kinds of talent all across the territories. Those wrestlers benefited from Gary Hart being their manager. I would not say that as much. The Four Horsemen did not benefit from JJ as their manager. He was a great complimentary piece, but they would have been fine without him.
Let me retort that.
Okay.
And this will be my last thing. If he was not needed by the Horsemen, and you bring up managers, why is he one of the first managers that come to mind when you say great managers?
Because of the Horsemen.
And he doesn't come to my mind.
No, what I'm saying is that he didn't. I mean, he presented Buddy Landell. He presented Black Bart. But he didn't. I mean, but he was with the Four Horsemen that needed nobody to. I mean, the Arn and Ole were already presented. Tully Blanchard was already presented. Ric Flair definitely was already presented, and he was a great complimentary piece to the Horsemen.
Sorry, not to be rude
as
for
an
the
administrator more than a.
Yeah, I agree, Danny.
Sorry.
And I'm not disparaging JJ Dillon.
No,
I love JJ Dillon.
Danny, Juice, who do you vote for?
So I've consulted with Danny, and judging purely based off of the conversations here, like I established already, our vote is going to go for Gary Hart.
Our vote will go for JJ Dillon.
Ooh.
So at this point, it's going to go to the
time.
audience. Yes, for the first time in the night. So y'all can keep rambling now while the people watching.
Yeah, that's why we got to vote quicker. Exactly.
Before we do the rambling and we let it go for 10 minutes, how long are you going to let the voting be open for the chat?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Give it till 9:10. 9:10.
Okay, that's all. I just want to get that set.
A minute and a half. That's fair.
And I'll be very honest with y'all. It was hard to argue against Gary Hart because I know what Gary has done for the business and everything. So
I was really worried about racism over here.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Just ignore Darren. Darren is just ignore him. He's fine.
Okay, no problem.
He's
both, and this was going to be a tough matchup anyway because both of them were synonymous with helping get wrestlers over and making them bigger, and they were so similar in their ways too. To me,
they came from the same era.
Exactly.
As it stands, it's looking like
JJ's for the win.
JJ's going to go on here, unless there's going to be a mass influx of Gary Hart lovers show up at the last minute.
No, JJ wins it.
There it is. Time's up.
Yep, there it is.
Andrew. No, but well, hey, we agree. This is what's so fun about it is that we have to argue our wrestler, right? It's not.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
hey, I'll tell you, I spent the evening. I spent the night just sitting in the lobby talking to JJ Dillon all night. There was a group of us. I mean, it got to a point where JJ was telling us how to get hot French fries at McDonald's every time. But he tells a great story. About Andre the Giant coming to Australia because he was booking Australia down there. The first night they busted Andre open and they had to go find somebody that could sew his head up because he got hit with a shoe. It was in an open air farmer's market where they were holding the matches, and they were like stuffing towels and Andre, not rags, towels into his head, into the gash on his head.
And you
But
just
then-
tape that shit up.
But then they took him around the horn that whole week, and then the return match the following week was sold out. And he would explain that. He talks about a match with Joe Blanchard, Tully's dad, that they wrestled all over the Sam Houston College. I mean, almost say
JJ
San
already
Marcos,
won, Coach. It's
that
too
they
late.
wrestled out of the doors
He's just making sure
across the
Derek feels
highway
accepted, which we accept
onto
him
the
out
beach.
here, and it's okay.
And fans were coming out of the arena watching them fight on the beach. And he was being pinned, and as the referee was counting 3, a wave crashed over him and Joe Blanchard.
That's hilarious.
So I mean, they JJ. There's no shame losing, but you young people that aren't familiar with Gary Hart should go down a Gary Hart rabbit hole just to see how great this man was. And it's a shame that the Channel 11 tapes for World Class are gone, because his best promos were on Channel 11.
He is.
Look, don't lose your voices on JJ Dillon and Gary Hart, because now you all have to argue for Paul Heyman against Jim Cornette.
It's gonna be.
We're going. Wait,
We
what?
do. We're not going down.
Oh, we can. I was just knocking out
the whole first side
I'm
of the bracket.
sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to knock out the whole graphic one at a time.
Whatever. It's your show, bro. Whatever you
yeah.
want to do.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't really give a shit either. I was just thinking that might be easier.
Yeah, you're screwing this cat. We're just holding the tail.
Man.
Ooh.
Well, all right then.
So what's the next matchup?
Well,
We're gonna have to do a Gary. We're going to have to do a Gary Hart episode, Amy.
okay. Yes, I agree.
Oh, and please have me on there.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Lester.
That's what this is all about. Sorry, Joe. You're the producer. Take that down, and let's go ahead and get into Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman.
Okay.
Man.
Whew.
Okay, going back to what we had said earlier about Jim Cornette. And
This will help Danny with the time, I think, if we knock it out one graphic at a time while the first round is still fresh.
No, that's totally fine. I thought we were going to have a breather, but
we'll have a breather between the sides. We're good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Going back to what we said about Jim Cornette, he is absolutely the best manager, best mind in wrestling. He has, and I know he's it's going to be hard because him and Paul Heyman are they're basically 1A and 1B because they both have promotions. They both can, basically talk anybody into the building. They both can basically, manage a mop, and the mop will be world champion, right? I mean, it's very hard to not think of them as the same. But again, I think that Jimmy
Cornette.
Hart. Thank you. Sorry. Again, I think if you look at Jim Cornette's record, especially looking at the Midnight Express, and like Dave said earlier, he took a team, even with different parts. When Dennis Ray, whenever Dennis Condrey had to leave, and Sweet Stan stepped in, and still continue to make them relevant all over the place. And again, get that heat that he was known for. He went from, I guess, a snotty, rich kid, manager, and then just continued to elevate himself into, even now, the icon that he is now. He still very much loves wrestling. I know he's not on for his own choice, but I mean, the archives that he kept and the records he kept, all of that to me just shows his absolute love for the business and getting people to realize the show that is in front of their eyes. I think, yes. Dave, you got anything else?
I do agree that we're talking about 1 and 1A here.
Yes.
Both. I mean, everything that you can say about one, you can say about the other.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that Jim Cornette could talk you into a building Jim Cornette sold tickets. Paul Heyman sells PLE views.
Oof.
Okay.
It's not,
Which one makes more money at this point?
Well, which
I
one was
mean-
more? You got to think about the time of business. What was more important to the business?
Yeah, I mean,
at the time, Jim Cornette was setting the territories on fire with his teams. I mean, you know, like most of them, they're getting death threats.
And Paul Heyman, I mean, look at the business.
Nowadays, you look at the premium live events and the fact that that's what drives the business because that's what gets the $500 million TV deals that funds the whole company.
But back in the day, it was
Or
all
Saudi
about
Arabia
ticket
buys it.
sales. And with Paul Heyman and the Dangerous Alliance, they still couldn't sell tickets in WCW.
Look, we just need to blame
But
Bill
Cornette,
Watts.
you got Cornette. You can go Cornette's book and see. I mean, it got when you know Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express against the Rock and Roll Express was so good that Dusty wanted on that card because he got tired of getting beat by him. And if you didn't have Jim Cornette, if you didn't have Jim Cornette pumping up the Midnight Express, you got to have great villains for people to want to see your baby face.
Exactly. And I also think, again, 1A and 1B, but I do think that there is something to be said about what Cornette and them were doing in the 80s and 90s. It was all new. Like it was the things that they were having to try and going out on the territories and things, those were new ideas and trying those out. Yes, people were hated. And then for Cornette to transfer over to the WWF and bring what he was doing on a territory level to the big time, as you might want to say. And again, being part of creative, owning his own promotion, and still being the unbelievable wrestling mind that he is today. I think though,
I think it says a lot that Cornette wanted it to make sense, wanted it to be believable.
It still does.
Bear? CZ?
You say anything you want to about Jim Cornette, but when Jim Cornette goes into teaching mode, Jim Cornette, there's nothing better. But teaching mode, but I mean, I may be working against myself, but I don't want to.
Falling water. No.
Well, no, I mean, but teaching mode, Paul Heyman is pretty impressive too.
So, ZZ, do you want to start?
I mean, just look at the young talent that Paul Heyman has molded into greater talents by just his presence being with them. I mean, sure, you've got a lot of people that were great already, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, but just Roman Reigns, the fact that we had Roman Reigns crammed down our throat and we absolutely hated it, and then he turns and joins Paul Heyman and he's the greatest thing in the modern era to a lot of people, that I think speaks for itself.
Yeah, and let's go back to Paul Heyman's beginning in wrestling. He got in the business at age 14, taking pictures, and then he got to drive one of the greatest managing minds around. That's classic of Freddie Blassie. He learned under that tree. He learned under the great wizard. So he got a chance to learn under some Lou Albano, some of the great managing minds in the business at the time. Then he made his way to the NW. Well, first he stopped off in AWA. And a little fun fact that a lot of people don't know because Cornette is associated with him. Cornette didn't start the Midnight Express. The Midnight Express started as a 3-man tag team, and the original members was Dennis Condrey and
Norvell Austin.
Norvell Austin was one, and I can't remember the third.
Randy Rose.
Randy Rose, yes. And he took Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey and won the AWA World Tag Team Championship. And they invaded the NWA and took out the current Midnight Express, and they had a feud there. Then he managed one of another great wrestling mind that was taken from us too soon, which was Eddie Gilbert. Everything that he done, he touched, he made it better. Again, I brought up the fact that he managed The Undertaker before he got into WWE to become the Phenom. He managed the Samoan SWAT team. When they tell you about his lineage with the Anoa'i family, that's not a lie. He really did know them, hung out with them, managed them. He is really a fixture in that family. Of course, we could go down the tree of the extreme championship wrestling and everything, and the people he helped elevate there. Again, this is a 1A, 1B scenario. But if I would honestly tell you that there's no way that Heyman is not the guy, with Cornette being a 1B, because people now, even to this day, the young kids that don't even know wrestling know this part. When Heyman walks out, it is, my name is Paul Heyman. And that means so much to the wrestling fans and touch so many people that don't even know wrestling history.
So, Danny, Juicebox? I'm leaning Heyman. I'm open for Tanner's vote.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
Paul Heyman guys, yes.
I'm gonna go with Heyman also.
I think it's fair to say that Jim Cornette is to wrestling is what Paul Heyman is to sports entertainment.
That is the best way to put that.
I love Jim, but he's not even the 1B of the 1A that is Paul Heyman. Bobby the Brain Heenan's still in this tournament.
I wasn't going to say anything until later.
So, continuing, who's next? Goldberg.
And Coach Keith also mentioned, and y'all didn't, that, I mean, I'll go ahead and toot Heyman's horn also, that he managed Austin Idol against Jerry Lawler.
I love that Amy's making the argument for Cornette having his own company when you can go to any show in the world and still hear an ECW chant today. Ain't nobody chanting SMW, SMW.
Because the people that watch Smoky Mountain have a little class.
Bullshit. They don't have the teeth to chant.
Nobody had to stick a light bulb up their ass in Smoky Mountain.
Because the
Nobody
people
had to
down
go
in
through
Smoky
bars.
Mountain can't get away from their sisters for the night.
I mean,
Come
nobody was
on.
trying to kill anybody.
hilarious.
Kill people.
Who we got? Who we got
Smoky
next?
Mountain.
So Paul Heyman made it through.
All right, we've got Don Callis against J.J. Dillon.
Jesus.
All right, JJ, if you'd like to go first, we've got.
I like that Bear's getting to know what it was like to be Amy on the last one.
Oh, that's right. Look, you made Dave upset. He's gone now.
I know.
Dave's out. I insulted J.J. Dillon, and Dave's like, I'm not taking this
That was
shit.
the last.
I'm
That was the
done.
last.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina.
I did not mean to make an appearance. She is not Freebird ruling, althoe that would work for me.
Look, I'm not Freebird ruling with you and your fiance, all right? That doesn't work for me.
Not like that. Not like that, sir.
I don't even care if it's wrestling arguments. I'm not freebirding with her because I don't think she'd make an argument.
Man, she doesn't even know she doesn't know anybody. So yeah.
Yeah, she'd be like, Bret Hart. Okay,
If she
sorry.
came on and just said Brett screwed Brett, I'd die. So, we got JJ versus Don.
Yes.
Would you guys like to start?
I
don't know who.
Do
I
we
don't know
need
who
to
has
hear? We just heard JJ. Do you have more for JJ?
Oh, that's fair. He just came up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think. JJ with all that I said before. JJ also. Oh well, no, because that's just behind the scenes stuff. CZ, if you have something, I think I'm totally out with JJ.
Juice, Danny, do you have more for Callis that you need to argue?
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate something that I believe Pondwater and Amy brought up last round was that it stuck with me about how JJ was with the Horsemen, but the Horsemen didn't really need him. He wasn't really there to elevate them in terms of like the star power between each of the other talents. But when you think about with the Callis family, for me at least, we all take off our kind of New Japan hat, if assuming we all watched New Japan when it was like bigger about 10 years ago before AEW. Like for an American audience new to AEW watching it, guys like Okada, guys like Omega and Ospreay, they were all, despite what they can do in the ring, they were elevated, mainly Okada and Takeshita and those kind of guys with the language barrier, not having that audience, not being able to really get connected with the audience. Having Callis there as their manager helps them be taken seriously as a certain threat or talent. And even right now, what's going on with Fletcher? I mean, it's helped elevate Fletcher from here to here with just him breaking off from Davis and Ospreay, shaving the hair, getting to a next level. All this happens with Don Callis. So that's really all I wanted to add there, kind of the language barrier side of things and what he does for an American audience that's new to AEW with no knowledge of New Japan stuff. He's been essential with getting this talent over and taken serious.
Darren, you got me too. No.
Also, what happened? What did I miss?
Read the comments. The other thing I'll say is, like we mentioned before, I mean, the nuclear heat he gets, and that really helps the Callis family stable get as well. That he just sits on the commentary table, and the entire arena is screaming "fuck Don Callis" before he even like does anything. So, like, just the attention he brings to his stable and his members is really becoming like setting him apart from anyone else today and even in the past, I think.
That's all I got. I'm done.
I was trying to wonder who the Hernandez family was. Andrew.
I don't even know what.
I'm not even.
But it was Heenan family. That's why I was like, what?
I think they were in New England. The Hernandez family.
I did too.
I was thinking, wow, he went far after LAX.
The Hernandez family is not as big as the Callis family.
I know.
No.
Hey, look,
and I'm sure that the Hernandez family is a
gold,
proper Catholic family with a bunch of them.
Wait a minute. Don't be bringing Catholics into it. Now, hey,
as much as I would love to vote for Don Callis, I'm going to have to say J.J. Dillon here.
Damn, that took your partner by surprise.
We should have talked about that.
Yeah, wait, that might not be an official vote. You haven't talked to your partner.
I'm leaning that way, Tan.
I'm leaning in the opposite direction. By a landslide.
By a landslide.
You two should talk to each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that it's by a landslide. I think that J.J. Dillon has been more relevant to the history as a whole. I think Callis has potential. I think he's the greatest. I think that Callis is a better manager today than Paul Heyman is today. But of all time, I don't think that he's better than Paul Heyman.
Well, we're not talking about Paul Heyman.
We're not talking about Paul Heyman.
But that's my point. My point is, as good as Callis is,
talking about J.J. Dillon and him.
That's not a good point because, in my opinion, as much as I love the Horsemen, J.J. was always just kind of there. I never remember a promo from him. I remember Ric Flair talking. I remember Arn Anderson talking. I remember Tully talking. I couldn't tell you fucking J.J. Dillon.
He was their bad boy.
He talked a lot, and again, it goes back to, and I didn't say it, but again, J.J. was what you wanted your manager to do. He always got the contracts. He overseed them. He made sure that anything that was put in front of those guys, he saw and was favoring them. Look,
Callis is doing all those things and getting nuclear heat as well.
and most of the breakups he was involved in it. When Luger left, he was a big catalyst of that. He took bumps. The main reason why Luger got beat down is because he beat up JJ and didn't follow what the plan JJ laid out. It was a bunkhouse stampede match. Arn, Tully, Luger, JJ was in it. JJ asked, he said, man, I didn't even think I could make it this far. Let me have this one win. Arn said, cool. He said, okay, guys, jump over the ropes. Arn went. Tully went. Before he went, Luger said, are you asking me or are you telling me? Arn said, well, I guess I'm telling you. Get out. And he jumped over. And Luger and JJ was there. JJ was like, oh, thank you, thank you. Before you knew it, Luger hit him, threw him over the top rope. He won the stampede. Immediately, Arn Tully went back in there, beat him down, and not Tully. JJ jumped in there. He held.
We're going JJ officially.
I'm just gonna say that I think everything that Bear's saying is correct. I think this is one of those examples, though, that Callis is doing what JJ did, but better. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes the original does it better than the current, but I think right now the current is doing it better than the original because he's also doing it with lesser main event stars. So, like, that's why I think Callis is really taking what JJ has done and brought it up a level, which I think makes him better than JJ.
I just want to say for the record that we are talking about the greatest managers of all time. I totally agree with Don Callis. Totally agree with Don Callis.
I'm going to go with JJ Dillon here.
How does that work with you? I think one of the problems, and
so Amy Pondwater, who are you voting for?
Well, you know what we may have to do.
I'm on the fence, Amy. What do you got?
I'm on the fence too. I was actually thinking maybe I should go with Tanner with Callis. You go with Aaron.
So we just go to the audience.
And then we go to the audience.
Over and done because every one of them is
everybody's voting for JJ. So just
being better.
I don't feel that that's true personally.
It's not. It's really not. And
I'm a big Don Callis fan.
And
says the guy who didn't watch any of JJ's career and admitted it.
Well, I say this, and this is why we're doing this whole thing, because a lot of times we forget about recency bias. We get recent things that happened before. Then for a person like me who knows a lot of the history and actually watch it, it means a little bit more than some of the current. So that's why we have these debates. I'm honestly, I'm cool either way, but I think both sides put a great argument for both.
Definitely, yeah. Because
I'm not knocking the argument.
Definitely,
Don Callis is a great manager.
Yeah.
I love Don Callis. I think the Callis family's amazing. I can't wait till MJF just goes ahead and joins them.
I think that the Don Callis family has turned into the NWO when it really got watered down.
Yes. They're too big, too many.
I think that's a little.
I can't name them all. I can't name them all, but Virgil was better than most of them.
There's so many.
If the Don Callis family was an exclusive, tight knit group, 4, maybe 6. I love it. Hey, I was. Don Callis is a heat magnet.
So if we're gonna get into that argument, I don't agree with that because the whole thing was supposed to be he was supposed to have the 12 disciples. It was supposed to be the Last Supper. Like he's supposed to have a big family because he wants to take over the company, which he's starting to slowly do. Like every member of the family.
It's not only AEW; they're also in CMLL and Ring of Honor.
And besides Lance Archer, everyone in that family is wrestling on almost a weekly basis. Everyone in that family is featured almost on a weekly basis. They have plenty of titles. They have main event start. Like I think we're going a little. I think we're underrating Callis now.
I agree.
Moving on.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to underrate him. I'm just trying to say
so Bear has.
It's too much.
Coach, you're ornery.
Are we taking this to the chat to
yes
to declare?
JJ won. JJ won that. Now it's down to JJ Dillon and Paul Heyman.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, do we got a vote?
WSN has both of those. I think we all know who's going to win this, though.
So, CZ,
can JJ just tap?
I was gonna say, do we need? If they have them both, can we just vote?
Yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and
think
vote.
that's the first thing.
All right.
Go, Heyman.
Juice, unless you're thinking something different.
No, I'm with you.
Heyman.
I think JJ did a hell of a job to make it to the quarterfinal.
Yes.
Yep, but he lost. Okay, so
But he lost.
China and Jimmy Hart. Tam, we have both of these people.
Before you guys go on, Bear, I am sincerely sorry. I have to bow out, guys, because I'm about to die in this chair. I'm gonna fall over, pass out, and we don't want to
see what y'all did to CZ because y'all rambling about Gary Hart and JJ Dillon. CZ's about to die. See what y'all did? That's y'all's fault.
I think I can carry it on for us, man. Thank you.
And I got Joe as a backup for you, so if you need him, I'm tagging him in.
The man was clean shaven when y'all started.
Guys, I am so sorry.
Nah, man, do you think?
I hate to bow out, but thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
He's got to check in with the
die. Please don't die. Please don't die. Seriously, please don't die.
Yes, definitely. No.
All right, so who's the first matchup?
The first matchup is China and Jimmy Hart. So Jimmy Hart managed several. Okay, let's just go here. Jimmy Hart managed the Honky Tonk Man to the Intercontinental title. I feel like that's more of an argument for managing than China did. Tanner, would you like to make an argument for China? Because remember, we must make an argument per the rules that we put on Juice and Danny.
My argument is that China and all, and China was groundbreaking and all, but I don't really think of China when I think of Masters, and I think this is pretty easily in the favor of Jimmy Hart. It's kind of laughable that China even made a bracket.
China was muscle.
In my opinion, yeah, she's not even a manager.
She was a hater.
All right.
I agree.
You don't want to vote.
China managed to quit looking like a man and become a Playboy centerfold. That's what China managed.
I mean, I'm not going to insult the woman's looks, Dave.
I'm not insulting her. She looked like Sergeant Slaughter's son when she started.
She was banging Triple H at the time too, Dave.
Hey, I can't help it if he likes some man-faced.
Well, that tells me all sorts of things about Stephanie, don't it?
Well, that's the boss's daughter, and look where he's at. He
Oh,
married
I know.
well.
He
6'7".
slipped his way to the top. All right. Danny, Juicebox, do you have a vote on Gary Hart or Gary Hart? Shit, that's what y'all have done to me. On Jimmy Hart and China.
Well, technically, I think our vote is Jimmy Hart, but I don't know if that's our official vote. Juice, what would you like to do?
No, I just want the record to show I can't put my bias aside on this one. I can't stand Jimmy Hart, so my vote is not included here. My vote's for China on principle and spitefulness purely, but I will not let it taint the integrity of your tournament. So
It's
Danny,
already been tainted.
Danny, so you can say Jimmy Hart and go on, but I can't stand Jimmy Hart. I'm sorry.
I mean, I have to do the right thing and vote for Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, I won't derail things. I just had to share my thoughts.
Settle down, nice.
I want to know why Juice. Yeah, why do you hate Jimmy Hart? That's unexpected.
Because he don't like beans and buried kids, baby.
We can move on for now.
Hey, I can't stand managers with megaphones.
Oh,
I can't stand managers with megaphones. Miss Ginger brought a megaphone to the wrestling matches the other night, and I'm like, oh shit. Whistles and megaphones are two things I'd give 10 years of the end of my life if I didn't ever have to hear again.
Amen to that.
All right.
Jimmy Hart.
Means that, no brainer, Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
I agree. China was more of a more muscle, like a bodyguard type, than like a manager or
I'm still trying to figure out how in the hell she made the list.
Yeah, and also, she should not be on here.
She ended up legitimately. She was the last person on the list because of votes.
It's young voters.
But who put them on their list in the beginning to begin with?
I want names.
I'd have to go back and hunt down the messages.
We could probably find that.
It has to be one of us that put China on the list to begin
No,
with, right?
you guys aren't the only ones on message.
Oh, okay.
A lot of fans.
That would be kind of fucking one-sided, Danny. If the only people who had to say were the ones in the show.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that James Blackburn,
terrible person,
and
Blackburn,
Kevin Chandler,
terrible people. I hope they're listening. You guys have ruined the sanctity of this tournament.
No,
I will go ahead and admit that my mother did put China on her bracket, and I apologize for her totally. That was the wrong move.
Well, I didn't get put on the bracket.
And she just wasn't taught. If anything, I blame you for not teaching your mother. So that's on you.
Actually, my mom got me into wrestling. So, I mean, you've got, I'll give you 10 seconds to bash my mom. 10 seconds starting now.
Well,
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
10 seconds. That's all your dad took, too.
Dr. Phil D. Payne knows your mom, and that's why she didn't vote for him.
That's probably right.
She's half
I
hot.
love that you froze right as I said that.
No, I'm not going to disrespect your mom. I'm sure she's a wonderful woman.
Yeah,
Becky, damn it, why did you put China? I know that's your dog, but why did you put somebody who's not even a wrestler?
That is a shoot. That's a shoot. She named her dog China. Dog she's had for years. That is a shoot.
With a ghost of Skandar Akbar will be by to hunt your mother later.
What's the next matchup?
No,
he's gonna ride. He's gonna ride Eddie Gilbert.
Hey,
coming for her ass.
I would like to report. I have a message from one Rebecca Eggers.
Oh,
she has said that you need to shut the hell up.
Wait, who? Who needs to shut up?
I think Mama just
right,
shows
fine.
that.
I agree.
It could be anybody.
So,
anywho,
I feel bad because a lot of these people in the chat are people that watch our show, and so now I kind of am like Darren. He's asking for your mother's digits and all kinds of stuff.
You know what? Shoot your shot, Darren.
Yeah, why do you feel bad? I'm impressed.
Don't
she would also like to say that your father named the dog. Your father named the dog.
There's
Don't
some weeks on
encourage
our
Darren.
show that Darren's the most in the chat is the most entertaining part of the show.
You might be your third host.
Don't encourage him. Now he's only going to get worse.
All right.
What we got next?
Paul Bear versus Miss Elizabeth.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I want to hear this. This should be fun. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Oof. That's fine. So, everyone equates managers with having to speak, but Miss Elizabeth, I know everyone thinks she's a valet, but probably the best emotional and visual manager there's ever been. All right. She, with her faces, with her mannerisms, with her actions, literally made entire arenas fall in love with her and pay attention to everything she did in every match. She didn't get involved unless she really, really had to in very rare times, which I think made it more important and more impactful. She was the main focus of about a decade's worth of storylines with Randy Savage, between the Mega Powers, between the breakup with Sensational Sherry, between the feud with Ric Flair, which I think everyone, in my opinion, was one of the best feuds for her, because everyone saw her as like, oh my God, don't you touch her. Don't you put your filthy hands on Miss Elizabeth. How dare you? Like, who are you to do that? So she really made an impact for a lot of people, and I think opened the door for women valets to be more than just eye candy. She literally let women valets kind of be more of a managerial type without really ever speaking, which is really impressive, because she didn't she didn't need to be the vote, especially for Macho Man. Who the hell needs to speak for Macho Man? But she still added so much to Macho Man's presence by being around with the sad face, with the happy face, with the reunion, with the breakup. The wedding is probably one of the most memorable things in wrestling history. And then even over in WCW, it wasn't as impactful. I understand because NWO and that really diluted it. But the few things she did in WCW were pretty interesting because she turned heel, joined Ric Flair, then she went to NWO. She kind of brought Savage into NWO because like she really cared about Savage and was trying to protect him. And then post that, she turns on Savage again. She's kind of like the Big Show of managers almost, but she turns on Savage again there, joins Hollywood instead of Wolfpack. So she kept going back and forth a lot, but like she made a lot of impact in her role there. And I think she's really underrated as a manager. So I was happy we got her because I think she's the dark horse of this tournament.
Joe, do you want to start?
Sure. As a fellow Kentuckian and wrestling fan, I have to agree with you, Danny. But we got to look at facts here. Paul Bearer, even before he became Paul Bearer, he was Percy Pringle, who was already legendary status in WCCW. He managed people like Rick Rude, for crying out loud. Not many people know that, but he did. And then when he came to WWE and managed The Undertaker, come on, get the heck out of here. There was no comparison, whether he was working with them or against them, than him working with the Ministry of Darkness. Not many people realize or completely forgot, unless you lived under a freaking rock during the Attitude Era. He was very essential with the Ministry of Darkness stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, do I need to remind you what happened in the morgue with Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker? And the stupid little ceremony that we're trying to do? It was dumb, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of cool at the time. Then later on, he became relevant. Mind you, he gained weight after weight, poor fella. But he still became relevant with the Undertaker character, especially when he came back at WrestleMania 20, going up against Kane. Then, unfortunately, they put him in cement, unfortunately. But Paul Bearer, I mean,
the way you said that.
No offense to Miss Elizabeth. Love Miss Elizabeth, and I have to agree with you, is possibly a dark horse. But when you compare to someone like Paul Bearer, come on, man. That's comparing apples to oranges.
And
exactly, a beautiful golden Miss Elizabeth apple and a rotten
golden apple suck.
Oh, golden
apples are better.
Let's talk about some of the other people that he managed. Let's not forget he managed Mankind. Let's not forget he managed Kane. He's won world tag titles with them. He won world titles separately with The Undertaker and Kane. And a little fun fact, he actually managed a current wrestler in WWE. Oh yeah, he managed LA Knight.
I was wondering if you were going to remember it, Papa.
He also managed Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer and Matt Bourne.
Yep.
And Bear has enough tag teammates. All right, he doesn't need another one, Dave. All right.
Look, just because my speech is slow, don't mean my memory is gone, son.
Amy,
and also he was a better promo. Just saying, than Liz, hands down.
Amy Pondwater.
She didn't need to.
I mean, Dave knows my vote's Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, not mine.
I know.
Paul Bearer, Percy Pring. I mean, The Undertaker alone. He launched The Undertaker. The most iconic, probably one of the top 5 iconic characters ever in professional wrestling. He managed champions and she managed the household.
Miss Elizabeth is the greatest ballet there's ever been in wrestling.
Your arguments for Miss Elizabeth were great.
That's the difference right there, is that Miss Elizabeth she's a valet. I love Miss Elizabeth.
Yes.
But she's a valet.
Yes.
Well, again, I think that's how she started. But I think like throughout the decade of her being a valet, she grew into more of a manager role and like started acting like more of a manager. Because until her, most women were just valets, except for maybe Sensational Sherry. but like
And
that
it-
was also a completely different
And
character.
you got to remember when Randy Savage brought her out, there was a big competition of who would be his new manager. She's never been called a valet.
Yeah.
She's always been a manager.
Well, she just
I
got
guess
called
my-
one now, Amy. What you gonna do about it?
Well, my argument
I'm
is
gonna find you
what
and
she
beat the
did
shit out of
as
you.
a
No.
manager.
Oh shit! Shoot.
Man, and I gave up cussing for Lent, and you just made me cuss on Friday of all days. Goodness gracious!
Who'd you lend it to?
It's Friday the 13th. It's a pass.
Oh my god!
I did it! Yes,
You did it.
Now we're gonna be banned off YouTube.
Exactly. Now I'm going to hell. No.
We're gonna end up on Threads.
I will say, I will.
I got you, Amy. I got you, Amy.
Yeah, you got our candles.
I got you. You're back, baby. You're back.
I do want to say about Miss Elizabeth. Again, I'm from Kentucky too, Joe. So I know that you understand that bond everybody has with Miss Elizabeth, who's from Kentucky. But she was an integral part, I mean, like, of a storyline. Like, I don't really know about, I mean, I get Paul Bearer, definitely. But I mean, you would not have had the mega powers if you hadn't had Miss Elizabeth. You would not have had the mega powers exploding unless you had Miss Elizabeth. I just think that
that's
she is a
right.
dark
Guys
horse.
fighting over a girl
Definitely.
has always been a great story in entertainment.
Well,
And a year's worth.
So
And go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a voice. I'm not even fighting. I mean,
so what's the official vote for you guys?
So what's the official vote? We need an official vote from Amy and Bondwater.
I'm gonna side with Amy, and I'm gonna vote for Elizabeth.
Oh, so we're gonna have to go to the crowd.
But if this would have been against Percy Pringles, Elizabeth didn't have a chance.
Oh yeah, no, I have to agree with you there.
954. We're gonna have to have the vote here.
Well, and with that argument Amy put out, I would say if it wasn't for Paul Bearer, it wouldn't be Kane and The Undertaker, because he brought in Kane, the storyline of the brothers, and then how Kane was Percy's son. I mean, hey.
Because he diddled up.
Where were you going with that, Bear? I got lost.
So I got lost when I started talking. So just nod your head. That's most things I do.
It's past time for Bear to hibernate. Leave the man alone.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, hey now stop it there. We don't need another one.
I'm not.
Oh, whoa!
Oh yeah! Oh, Miss Elizabeth.
It's tied. It is tied.
We need one more vote, and it is 954. So the next vote's going to win.
Really, probably the most top 3 iconic wrestling managers of all time.
And you're going to have him lose to a valet.
Wait, I have an idea. How about a non-wrestling fan vote on this tie?
Let's
go! Oh wait.
Till 5.
Wait, he had till 5.
Till 5. Jeez, come on!
You got me. You got me
I love
till
y'all.
5.
Love y'all.
That'll do it. Elizabeth
Let's
moves
go.
on.
Wow.
And I think if CZ was still here, he would have had a better argument.
I don't know how much better the argument we got for Bear. We've got biased fans in the comment section. There's a biased comment section. Probably bots, really. Probably just a bunch of
Hey, that's
Pondwater's family. There wasn't a crying baby. It was old Coach Keith. He was in the living room. I heard it.
I don't think you would have gotten anything out of CZ tonight, Bear.
It's all good.
I mean,
It was a good matchup. I mean, all right. Which one of you wants to argue that Paul Ellering is, gonna beat Mr. Fuji here?
Oh God, we got Paul Ellering too, didn't we?
Yeah.
Look, do y'all just want to concede? You want to go to a vote?
No.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Fuji took Demolition to up until recently the longest tag team title reign of all time.
The first
the knockoff Road Warriors.
Hold on. The first tag team that ever win the major 3 world titles. Come on now. The NWA, the AWA, WWE, and
don't forget Japan.
No, I was bringing that was going to come up too. So you think that Paul Ellering and look, let me go back to some that people don't even realize. The Legion of Doom was not the Road Warriors. It was a stable who consists of Jake the Snake Roberts,
King Kong Bundy.
King Kong Bundy, the Spoiler, and the Road Warriors.
And Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So you're going to tell me that the greatest tag team and the best thing that everybody says, you got the Road Warrior pop?
Yeah.
Come on now.
It ain't the Paul Ellering pop, Bear. It's the Road Warrior pop.
If it wasn't for Paul Ellering there doing what he did for them, managing them, again, going back
then why the fuck aren't we discussing how great the authors of Pain are?
Hold on.
Because Ellering was doing that for them too.
Hey, was Ellering?
We're not discussing that because Ellering didn't pull it off a second time. He did it once. He had the second greatest tag team of all time. I will give the Road Warriors all the credit in the world. But Ellering ain't going to win this.
Ellering,
Fuji was a better manager. Ellering had Road Warriors. Fuji had Demolition. That can cancel out. You ever heard of Yokozuna?
You ever heard of Jake the Snake Roberts?
Have you heard of King Kong Bundy? Have you heard of the Spoiler?
Who are all these people you guys are talking? No, I'm kidding. Remember them?
Remember?
I mean,
the only person that 90% of the world associates Paul Ellering with, 99%, probably even his own kid, associate him with in wrestling are the Road Warriors.
Well, that's odd. I think that's pretty good.
And again,
the only person that anybody really associates Liz with is Randy Savage.
Yeah, and that's why she went out in the first round too.
No, she won.
No, she won.
She won.
Shut up. She should have.
Bear, hang on. Bear, as much as I want to argue this, I can't argue this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have an argument for Fuji over Ellering. I mean,
for Ellering over Fuji? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
but
Fuji.
Bear's trying. It's Amy and Dave.
No, it's not trying. It's facts. You can name anybody who don't even know wrestling. They know of the Road Warriors and Paul Ellering.
No, they don't.
Bullshit.
They just know the Road Warrior.
Wait,
bullshit.
People that don't know wrestling,
they always know they're a 3-man crew.
Hold on, wait.
The Road Warriors and their manager.
People that don't know wrestling would know Road Warriors and Ellering. That's what you're saying?
And look, and I would say this: they would. Paul Ellering is much better.
Hey, honey, could you answer a question for us real quick?
Okay.
Do you know who Paul Ellering is?
Me?
Yes.
You're asking me.
Yes, because Bear thinks that even people who don't know a lot about wrestling know who Paul Ellering is.
Wait, ask her if she knows who the Road Warriors are.
Do you know who the Road Warriors are?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
And then wait a minute. Hold on. Ask her if she know who Mr. Fuji is.
Do you know who Mr. Fuji is?
No.
That would have been great if she said yes.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, it would have. But the fact remains.
How the hell? Okay, that's all, honey. I just needed you to confirm that not everybody knows who Paul Ellering is.
But they know the Road Warriors.
Sorry.
Can we vote?
I love you. Yeah, nothing to apologize for. You proved me wrong.
My bad. Love you.
All right, then.
Let's vote.
So
that would be true unless you talk to this. You know what? Really, that's an argument for a different day. Anyway, we're voting for Mr. Fuji.
I don't give a fuck about that kind of shit. I don't need the Asian jokes tonight.
I'm your
Let's
partner.
just vote and go.
Bear, I'm your partner, and I'm voting Fuji, man. I'm sorry. I'm voting.
It's Ellering.
But you guys don't have a fucking vote. It's Amy and Paul.
I'm voting Ellering.
All right, Juicebox and Danny.
We voted Fuji.
Yeah.
Fuji. All right, to the comments we go.
By the way, Joe just pulled like a Cody Rhodes Hardcore Holly on Bear right now in this match.
Right.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he did.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. All right. We've got till 10:03.
Bird so wrong. Please.
What's it gonna be?
Nobody's voting.
Yeah, nobody's voting at this point. All right, we got
Who said it?
Fuji.
So I feel like a bunch of people voted earlier. So
Yes.
AFJ voted for Fuji earlier.
Just saw one come up.
Darren, I think. Darren said Fuji.
Coach
Hermie said Fuji. I'm just going back in the chat and looking at
No,
all
that's
this.
cool.
Coach
Fuji.
Keith is going with Ellering.
Okay. While Willie said Paul Ellering.
Fuji
All right, looks
got
like
the lead.
Fuji.
Fuji?
Fuji.
Fuji.
Hmm.
All right, then. Nice to know that Paul Ellering's not that well known to win.
Damn.
Anyways.
Such a shame.
Last matchup of the first round, I believe, is
Hey, who had the worst? Who had the worst
craziest
job?
matchup of the first round?
Who had the worst job later in life? Paul Ellering managing AOP or Mr. Fuji working at the adult theater?
Ellering.
It wasn't an
Ellering.
adult theater.
No,
It was an
actually,
actual movie theater.
actually, it
He
was
worked
movie
at Regal
theater
Cinema
here
in Knoxville,
Knoxville.
Tennessee at Westtown Mall
Yeah.
for a
For
long
the
time.
purposes of
No,
my
it was
story,
Easttown Mall.
It's
The
absolutely
purposes of
Ellering.
your story. Was it Easttown?
Yeah, it was
It was
Easttown.
Easttown.
Okay.
Very sweet man, though. I will say
Fuji
that.
was great.
I'd rather work in a movie theater than try to manage the charisma vacuum that was AOP.
Yeah,
I was kind of getting. I was kind of getting on that too.
Valid.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, Freddie Blassie and Bobby Heenan.
I still can't believe this is a first round matchup. This is wild.
What great seating.
This is crazy.
Yep. Blame the internet. Darren, you have been canceled.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got to read the room there,
if
Darren.
Blassie would like to go first, I feel like we've gone first a lot, so I kind of want to.
Do you know anything about Blassie, Amy?
Yes.
Her voice cracks as she says it.
I think so.
This is going to go well.
Is this our person?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Oh, my bad. You go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that this
The
was
Hollywood
our person.
fashion plate, classy Freddie Blassie, the toast of the West Coast. He transcended the wrestling business. He was thick in Hollywood. He was on I Love Lucy. He was
Oh, that's right. He was.
Then he became the manager of the Iron Sheik that ended Bob Backlund's reign. Freddie Blassie was a legend. He also came up with the hit song Pencil Neck Geek that used to be played every week on the Dr. Demento show. Pencil Neck Geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique.
It's a hell of a managerial move there.
I got nothing else. I mean, he's going against Heenan.
Yeah.
I think though he was very pivotal in San Francisco in the West Coast.
Dave, give it up.
Coast.
I think Dave literally just tapped.
I'm tapping like Becky Lynch.
No, we don't tap out. Dave, He was very.
He didn't tap out. He gave a suitable effort.
I mean, I could say a lot about
That's
Freddie
true.
Blassie, but if I'm going to say he's a better manager than Bobby the Brain Heenan, then
It's not
All right, so
how
I'll
this
just
tournament works. No, we got to sell it.
well, I know, but
I'll just go in there real quick.
Well, before you go, Danny,
Sure.
one thing I do remember with Freddie Blassie was he was the one he sat in the wheelchair for the Armageddon '99 video package.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And then did he also give like the speech before the Survivor Series match against the
Yeah.
Alliance?
Yeah,
He had like
that's
them
all right.
like a nice little like
Yeah.
grounding speech.
Again, it was before my time, but I remember that from him. I just had to get that out there. Continue. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, listen, Bobby Heenan. Someone was talking about 1A and 1B before, and I don't know how Bobby Heenan wasn't in that discussion because he is like the originator of what a great manager should be with the way he talks, the Heenan family, the way he was one of the first ones to get a huge group of main event stars together to really be a great stable. He was the voice for every star. My favorite, even though it wasn't a manager thing, my favorite line from Bobby Heenan will always be that Mark Jannetty tried to run away when he went through the barbershop window. I mean,
Yes.
every time I hear that, I crack up every single goddamn time. So Bobby the Brain Heenan literally set the blueprint for every manager that's followed him since. And I just, when we talk about greats of all time, like he is 1A or 1B in my opinion. I don't know how we can argue against that.
I got a feeling we're going to.
well, I mean, there's only
Maybe
4.
not this round.
There could only be 4 on the Mount Rushmore, and Heenan's on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Very
So, I guess we know the votes here: WSN and former WSN.
Yeah, it's Heenan.
Yeah, we're going with Heenan.
I tap.
Dave was smart.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
true. I mean, you're right. I mean, that's hard. He
I
did-
truly think though, Blassie against almost anyone else, like
Yeah.
much better.
Definitely.
Like I was shocked that he got this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. If the seasons were different,
again
They
because
were-
he was
they were
definitely big in the West Coast, and again that bringing that
Was his
entertainment.
crossover appeal?
and
So,
Yeah, that's true too.
and
Do we
even
need to
when-
argue Heenan and Fuji, or Heenan
No.
and Fuji rather?
No,
I don't think that's an argument either.
Oh wait, did we skip Jimmy and Elizabeth?
We're going to that now
Well,
because
I think that's more of an argument. So they're trying to like go over the quick one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Apology.
we're all going to agree on the brain, I assume. Like, I
Yes.
love Fuji, but it's the brain.
Mhm.
All right, Tan, this is your moment to shine. Pretend you are doing the most important tanager time of your life and convince Juicebox that Jimmy Hart is better than Miss Elizabeth.
To the point where he'll vote against his own person.
And the fact that I don't even get a vote, but continue.
But it's if he can convince, but he's going to pour it in to convince you, so all the others are going to follow in.
Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board.
All right. All right. Listen, here's what I'm going to say. When you think of Miss Elizabeth, your mind goes automatically to Randy Macho Man Savage.
Correct.
When you think of Jimmy Hart, you may be thinking about the Nasty Boys, or maybe you think about Hulk Hogan, or maybe you think about all the other millions of wrestlers. that
Andre
he's
the
had.
Giant? Haku?
Andre the Giant, Haku. And I think that that's really important. Jimmy was able, now of course Jimmy did there's some stuff that didn't work there as well, but I think the same could be said for any of the managers on the list. But all around, I think Jimmy's a better manager than Liz. He was vocal for everybody. I did agree with Dave's point earlier. I also do hate megaphones with managers. But yeah, I mean, it's Jimmy for me. Aaron?
Look, Jimmy Hart was a legitimate manager. I feel like everybody needs to realize that if it wasn't for Jimmy's influence and guidance personally with Hulk Hogan, wrestling would not be where it is. Because Jimmy going with Hogan is part of the reason that WCW had the NWO. Because Hogan trusted Jimmy to help him make business decisions. So we have to give credit not just on screen, but also off screen to Jimmy Hart. That's why I feel we have to put him above Elizabeth as a manager versus a valet.
So first off, Macho Man, I think he did a diss track against Hulk Hogan. So Miss Elizabeth's guy can beat up Jimmy Hart's guy. That's all I'm saying. Number one. All right. Hulk Hogan's scared of Macho Man. Let's go there. No, but
Look,
seriously,
Hogan and Jimmy were in the wrestling boot band together.
That's fair. No, but seriously, like we were saying before, I understand that Jimmy was a very annoying mouthpiece for all these pieces, but Jimmy's never been like a focal point of a storyline. Jimmy's never been the person who's brought people together. Jimmy hasn't really, as much as I love Jimmy, I think people fell in love with Miss Elizabeth because of what she brought a different face of Macho Man, where Jimmy, you can argue that Hulk Hogan didn't really need Jimmy. Hulk Hogan kind of could do all this on his own. Hogan was Hogan before Jimmy Hart was there. Where Macho Man,
even Hogan said he needed Jimmy though. So how you go? No, he said it.
But Hogan had Vince. That's the reason Hogan was Hogan, not because of Jimmy.
This was after the Vince era.
WCW.
This was WCW. He needed.
Okay. You're talking about for him going over WCW. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. My bad. But so yeah, like I said, I just think Miss Elizabeth really changed how people look at managers and how people look at female managers. Because she was a manager, she wasn't a valet. That's the only problem that you're not seeing. But yeah, no.
Okay, if I call her a manager, will you admit that Jimmy was a better one?
No.
Are you familiar with Jimmy Hart's body of work in Memphis?
Yes, I was about to say that.
And the Hart family.
Just for his work in Memphis with the first family.
Yep.
Alone makes him a better manager.
Yes, Lord.
All right. So I guess WSN and Amy Amy and Palmwater are all saying Jimmy Hart. Is that what I'm picking up here?
I don't think Amy's agreeing with me, but
I concur, Dave.
Thank you.
So I will say, as much as I love Miss Elizabeth, I was shocked that she made it past Paul Bearer in the last round. So I was very proud about my argument with that.
Yeah, that was very good. I was surprised.
It was good.
And then also, I was waiting for the Hart Foundation argument about Jimmy Hart because I think that's a more impactful argument than Hulk Hogan because I do think the Hart Foundation wouldn't have gone the start they did without Jimmy. So I think I was waiting for that. And when you guys weren't saying that, I was like, I'm not going to say it. That's their problem.
Well, I knew we were going to win this one. I knew that one was easy layup, so we were going to use it for a later round.
Which is basically right now.
Right now.
Which is right now when we have to try and convince everybody that Jimmy Hart is better than Bobby the Brain Heenan.
We can't.
I mean,
so
Heenan family, first family, it's kind of a push.
What?
Please stop.
Okay, so let's just go to the vote here.
Let's get to the vote.
Let's go to the finals.
Can we just skip to Paul Heyman and Bobby Heenan and get it over with?
Heenan and Heyman, right? This is where we're going
I said
with right
that
now?
3 days ago, Dave. I said 3 days ago, could we just skip to Heenan and Heyman and get this over with?
It's the finals.
The arguments were fun though throughout. Like like especially I think for me and Juice, the Jimmy and JJ, the Gary and JJ argument was the most enlightening because those are two we didn't know too much about.
You know how sometimes they'll put somebody in the elimination chamber or the Royal Rumble and they come out a bigger star than when they came in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like this tournament did that for Terry.
I think so.
I think Terry breakout.
That's my goal.
Breakout. I think the points that were made for Terry.
Oh, I was gonna say Gary.
No, Terry Reynolds. I think that she got the rub from this tournament because I
knew that she would never get past the first round, so we had to put her over.
But you brought it, man, and you made some good points that really get forgotten about her.
A while back, 100%. Before we started all of this, I like to sit down and try and make a schedule so we can fit in as many managers on our show to talk about. And I've called them Tanager times. And when he did the one over Terry, he was like, dude, I didn't fucking realize how much Terry had done.
Yeah, I was shocked. I watched a lot of Terry tape that week and was like, dude, she's the greatest. She's awesome.
She really was amazing.
And that's the thing that that's why I love Joe doing his program, because he brings light to so much that people don't know or forgot about. And I think that is that certain people need to continue bringing light to some of our past people that don't get credit like they deserve. Like, just that's why I love doing this, because we can argue, bring up facts that people don't know, and maybe later on they'll go and research and see how pivotal that people were to get us where we are today.
What was that comment made by Darren there, Joe? Can you pull that back up for just a second?
Absolutely. It looks like he just smoked something called watermelon kush.
Watermelon kush. I don't know if you can get that, but if you'd like to reach out to our sponsors, perhaps you can find some good strains at Green Hemp Company, because they're rolling in the foothills of the Smokies at 2560 East Andrew Johnson Highway, Suite 3 in Greenville, Tennessee. They're open from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. on Sundays. Go see our good friend Hot Donna. She will hook you up with quality THC products. You can even reach out to them online and get it shipped straight to your door, as long as it's legal in your state.
Yes.
Remember that, kids. Sorry, when I have the opportunity, I just have to.
I knew that was coming. As soon as I seen that, I was like, here we go.
I would have been shocked if you didn't.
Now I feel like being associated with that, I feel like a fucking hippie now.
Well, Dave, it fits because you kind of look like a fucking burnout right now.
Dave. Oh. So are we going to vote between Heyman and Heenan? I mean, is this
Heyman and Heyman?
It's a tie.
No, it's not.
It's
Heyman.
No, we can't. I'm sitting here fighting with that in my mind.
Well, let me say this. If you go back from Heenan's career from the beginning to where it ended, he is just easily one of the greatest managers of all time. There's few that can dominate any talk from different eras like Bobby. But if you say, with that being said, I mean, Paul Heyman, look at the careers he's helped guide, all the places he touched. I mean, even to this day, even for people who don't even know wrestling history, they know Paul Heyman. Heyman does such amazing work and elevates. Look, who in the hell would think we'd be talking about Austin Theory in today's market? That is a byproduct of Heyman.
I was about to say.
And, you know, I'm just saying, again, I respect, I definitely respect and love Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan has one of the greatest calls for generations. When Hogan turned on the NWO, he screamed, I told you not to trust Hogan. And of course, that doesn't bring anything to the managerial side, but it just speaks on the type of person and how much influence he had as a person. And Heyman is right there with him.
You could argue, I mean, for every, like if we were playing cards, you'd say Bobby Heenan had the Blackjacks, Mulligan and Lanza. But then you got Paul Heyman. Well, I had the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, then Bobby Heenan, well, I had Nick Bockwinkel. And then Bobby Heenan said, well, I had Ric Flair.
And that's what I was going to say. There's arguments for back and forth, but I think the other thing that people have to remember that Bobby Heenan did, where I don't think Heyman has had to do, not that he can't do, I just don't think he's had to do it, is Heyman helped either revitalize a career with Andre the Giant, because when Andre came over, him speaking and him transitioning to the WWF crowd, that was Heyman kind of helping that out a lot. Heyman helped build him up as a heel. Heyman really helped him in that Hogan feud. So like Heyman was there with Andre a lot for it. And then also with Ric Flair coming over, because a lot of the WWF audience didn't really know Flair coming into it. They knew of him, but they didn't really like accept him as much. Once you saw someone like Heenan with him, who everyone knows and is a huge name in WWF, it's like, all right, well, this guy's a big deal now. So now I gotta pay more attention. Now like Flair is already launched up into more of a stratosphere in WWF than he was. And then of course with Rick Rude. I mean, like Rick Rude was another huge guy where him with the Ultimate Warrior, with everything that Rick Rude is doing, you can see Heyman right next Heenan right next to him every step of the way. And it's just like he was very pivotal to how a heel manager is supposed to be and supposed to act and supposed to say, and it was great. And then the comedy stuff too. Like he could also play the comedy very, very well, and that was an underrated part of what Heenan could do. Heenan really brought like two different personalities into the managerial role to like really showcase what a manager can be.
Well, the one thing, and it's been said, but look at what Heyman did with the tribal chief. As much as WWE tried to get him over, he did not get over until Paul Heyman. And going back to Rick Rude, he helped Rick Rude dominate WCW at a time where nobody was paying it any attention. It was on the hell down almost to the brink of being done. So again, it's so easy to pair off the he had this, and I just think that the only difference and the major difference is that he is still doing stuff today. Now, if Bobby was around, maybe he could still be a bigger name, but with Heyman, he takes some, again, and I hate to beat up on Theory, but look at what he's done for Theory. Again, I mean, he's not. That's
not a good argument.
I won't say he's the greatest, but he put his name in people's mind, and he believed in him where nobody else wanted to touch him. He does that with people. Do it always get over? No, but it makes you think and pay attention more to a person.
Wait, did you just say that Paul Heyman touches people?
And let's make the argument too that, I mean, Heenan transitioned into be a great color commentator.
Sorry, can I just also say
Heyman was a good one before he was the wise man.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But just to kind of use a former argument that Bear said before against him, don't let recency bias also cloud your judgment, because Heenan was WWF for a good decade as well. So like, just as Heyman's doing it now doesn't mean that Heenan didn't do it before.
Well, and I would add on to your argument. Hell, the AWA, he was a master heel and manager. The WWE stole a lot of things that the AWA did with Bobby and used it on a bigger scale. So again, it's one of those, yes, recency bias, but a lot of times we think of some things in the past that we see as big may not be as big. Now, I'm not saying that with Bobby, but I'm just saying you can have that argument too.
All right, let's get some votes in.
I think the thing is with Paul Heyman, when we need to get somebody over, we put Paul Heyman with.
Is that right, Curtis Axel?
Right back.
Got him over for a little while.
He's got more hits than misses.
I was gonna say, to be fair, every manager in this tournament's had a miss.
Hold on, wait.
Sure.
Paul Heyman's got more hits than misses?
No.
Tell me about all the ECW guys.
He didn't manage.
He didn't manage.
It's his fault for bringing him into the business. Y'all wanted to go behind the scenes for everybody else's argument. Let's go behind the scenes for the Paul Heyman argument. He's kind of a shitty manager back there, don't you think?
Okay, let's say he is that. But what else did he do?
Brander's here. Let's vote.
Fuck
off,
off,
Brander. Let's vote.
Vote, for God's sakes.
Grander showed up.
All right. So
All right.
who has votes here?
We have a vote here.
Okay. I'm just figuring out which two teams.
You guys and I believe Amy and Dave, right?
Yes.
Right.
I got to go with the brain here.
Brain.
I'm going with. I don't know about you, Amy. I mean, I could text you and we could get together, but I'm saying Bobby Heenan. What do you think?
I was going to say Heyman. But, I mean,
neither one of these people were valets.
Just for that, Aaron, I am very staunch in Heyman now, and I will not be changing my vote.
He's not a part of our team.
And I'm a good.
I didn't say that. I was
And I got
arguing
my
for Miss
partners
Elizabeth.
back,
Keep that in
so
mind.
that-
I'm a Miss Elizabeth Liker here over here.
I also
true.
don't
That's
agree
very
with my
true.
co-host. Just for the record, I don't.
Yes, yeah. Tanner didn't say anything either. All right, don't hold us
Talking
all
wrestling
accountable.
contingencies
I
voting for
figured this
Heyman.
was going to go to the fans to vote on this.
Yes,
Well,
I
hold
think
on.
it's yeah.
Now hold on.
What?
So what's? But you guys had to have an official vote. You guys each said one, so I don't know what your official vote is between Dave and Amy.
Heyman.
It's Heyman.
Okay.
All right, then. Let's get. We've got. It's 4 minutes till 10:30. Let's give it till 10:30. It's 1-1. Keep making your arguments for all you want. Or you can start putting over your own shows. Like, where can we catch sharpshooters at?
So sharpshooters, we're on Twitch every Thursday at 7 p.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. We do a weekly segment called 10 and 10, or as our fans like to call it, the tit. I don't call it that; they do.
Yes.
10 and 10, where we talk about the top 10 points in the week of wrestling in 10 minutes, and then we do some other segments. We do trivia, and then we usually do a different segment every week. This past week, we did Revolution predictions. So if you want to go over there and check it out, that'd be great.
And we also did a spelling bee where Danny got a lot of the answers wrong.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Why are you gonna make fun of Danny for his lack of spelling, Juice?
It's
What the hell,
thing.
man?
It was my idea, so it's my fault.
I was gonna say it's all him.
Danny, I'm trying to help you out here, man.
I know, but I'm sorry.
You guys should go see how he spelled Larry Zabisco. That's all I'm saying.
I'm so mad I got
That
that
is
one
a
wrong.
hard
I'm a
one,
WCW guy too. I was so mad I got that one wrong.
That's definitely a hard one. No.
I'm
That
dyslexic.
extra Z. It was that extra Z.
No, not happen.
Right now we're at, I think, 2-1.
Yeah, we are at 2-1. Heenan over Heyman.
Yep, definitely.
2 minutes remaining on the clock.
Bear, do you have like a set schedule, or do you just
Yes,
pop
I
up?
do. I've actually got a set schedule. I do it twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock.
All right. Bear's
Yes.
talking about on Mondays and Thursdays. Amy Pondwater?
Most weeks we go Tuesday at 7. We've moved back to 7 o'clock on Tuesdays. 7
And we're
o'clock Central Time.
Yeah, we're Central Time.
Occasionally we'll go on Wednesday if need be the case, but we try to keep it on Tuesday.
Joe?
Once we get back into the groove of things after some family stuff that happened over the week, we'll do the History of Pro Wrestling back on Wednesdays, and we do the Joe Monroe Show on Fridays.
Yeah,
Till 5 Wrestling. We're actually, Lord, I'm going to start hawking stuff now. We are lining up for a very special live with our friends from JCW. We're doing a pre-show for their Stranglemania event on April 17th. It's an unofficial pre-show, but we're going to have Noelle Harlow, that's Mrs. Vito LaGrasso. She's going to be joining us. We've got streamers from England, juggalos, non-juggalos. Everybody's invited. We're just talking about wrestling and Stranglemania with a bunch of people. We're giving away some really cool figures from Precious Juggalos that he hand painted and has signed on the bottom there. We've got
Sheamus one cracks me up, bro.
I love that Sheamus one, man.
It's
Yes.
so funny.
I'm calling him Randy Too Dope, Violent Sheamus, and Ultimate Juggalo.
It is 10:30.
Yeah,
It is 10:30.
2-2.
2-2.
Hang on, I got a tiebreaker. Honey,
Wait, no. It's 2-1. Hermes just
No.
voted.
Yeah, Herm voted
the same thing
twice.
twice.
Did
Yeah.
you vote twice?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind,
way-
honey.
We're
Never
going
mind.
crazy here.
Well,
That'll do it.
Bear, I
You
will
all can
say,
catch Till 5
now that the
every
vote's
week
over,
on YouTube,
I'm
Facebook,
very
all that fun
surprised you
stuff.
didn't bring up Brock Lesnar or the CM Punk reign. I was waiting for those two things as an argument for Paul Heyman because, like, those are two big things. So I'm
Who gives a
surprised you
shit
didn't bring
about
those
those
ones
two
up.
anymore?
Well,
All right, let's move on.
A lot of times,
Let's go, Joe.
I don't go with the obvious stuff. I think that's just kind of too easy. I always like to bring up things that people don't know or
That's fair.
consider.
That's fair. All right.
Well, it's Bobby the
Good
Brain
show,
Heenan.
guys.
If you're not down with that, then I got 2 words for you. Got it.
Y'all have a good night.
Peace
All
out,
right.
everybody.